Everyone was going crazy over the release of Barbie and Oppenheimer, and if I'm being honest, we were too. In fact, we watched them both back to back. The two films were quite the contrast, and we couldn't help but share a few things of what makes these films so different from each other when it comes to the overall look. Today, we'll attempt to imitate some looks from the films Oppenheimer and Barbie. Starting with Oppenheimer, we've seen how a lot of the scenes were lighting one side of the subject's face and leaving the other side relatively dark. This technique allows the audience to feel the drama and intensity even more. This is quite the contrast with that of Barbie, being a bit more flat, especially with scenes in Barbie Land, but more on that later. We see the interrogation room scene many times throughout the film and noticed that the whole room is lit due to a huge window from the side. To replicate a scene like this, the first thing you gotta do is make sure that the window is covered with a white cloth or a curtain from the outside, and this is to make sure that the light spreads evenly, hitting your characters in a more natural way. After that, we can proceed to set up our lights hitting the windows from the outside. And for this, we need the strongest lights that we can get, so we'll be using the Anglerfish SL1 series from iFootage. This series is perfect since we'll be needing the daylight accuracy to match that of the scene from Oppenheimer. Along with that, we noticed how they had a soft top light to replicate the lights present inside the room, so we set up a 130 BNA in the top of the actor, diffusing it with a soft box and a flag to make it extra soft. If you're shooting in a light-walled room, filling the other side of the actor's face won't be necessary, but in our case, we will set a couple of reflectors for good measure. And there you have it. With Barbie, however, you can see how for most daytime scenes, nearly all parts of their faces are softly well lit, along with a harsh light coming from above imitating the sun. In some cases, one side of the face might be slightly lighter than the other, but that's basically it. So, how do we achieve this? Well, first, you'll need 3 daytime lights for this. You'll notice how the key light is the softest it can be. To achieve that, we'll be using the SL1 series. Now, the key to this is using the biggest softbox or diffusing method you have. Next, we'll use another soft light to act as your fill for the opposite side. Just make sure that the intensity of this one is a bit darker than your key light. And for the final touch, we'll use another light without a modifier to replicate the sun. Place this at a high angle, like 45 degrees from the back of your subject. This helps separating them from the background. And there you have it, Barbie in Barbie Land. We personally think they went for this unrealistic lighting to emphasize how Barbie isn't real, while simultaneously showing contrast when they switch to the scenes in the real world. See how different these two films are? Whatever equipment you have, it's always important that you execute the visuals of your film with intent. That way, it won't take long for you to help deliver your story to the audience the way you see it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.